I'm Patricia Teffenhart-Makos, the Director of Regional Programs for the National Latina Health Network. We're a national nonprofit organization that's dedicated to promoting the health and wellness of Latinas and their families across the country. In 2008, we received a grant from the Office on Women's Health, which gave us the opportunity to come to the New Jersey City campus in an official partnership to implement the Choices project. Choices, a campus health and leadership project, is designed to provide sexuality education to students on the New Jersey City University campus. In the last 4 years, we've had the opportunity to work with amazing students and administration, and we're looking forward to continuing this partnership. And most importantly, we're looking forward to educating the future generation of health leaders.
Don't look at the camera.
I know. I'm like, you want to move my slippers on.
Choices changed my life, so I am extremely happy that I joined Choices.
That you're going to feel empowered by being part of Choices?
Choices meeting is like, I want to say like a party, but you don't learn as much at parties.
When I came to the Choices program, it just like opened my eyes and made me realize that there's information out there that is somewhat neglected to students.
Hey, you have to come to Choices. You should learn a little bit more. It's going to be fun. You're going to love it.
It's been 30 years since we started talking about HIV and AIDS in this country. Interestingly, we are still diagnosing 56,000 people a year with HIV, and in the 30 years that we've been talking about it, we've lost 575,000 people. The reason why the work of Choices is so important is that when we look at statistics over time, in 1995, 44% of the US population said that HIV and AIDS was the #1 health crisis we were fighting. In 2009, only 6% of people shared that sentiment. In the meantime, people are still living with and dying from HIV. Young people are increasingly becoming the #1 statistical group that are contracting the virus. It's so important that programs like Choices that work with young people empower them and educate them with the tools they need to make safer decisions so that we can stop the statistics and we can empower each other to live healthier, longer lives.
Seeing all these facts make me realize that students should know all these facts also, especially if they're available on campus.
I believe Choices is very important to have on every college campus because that is where most sexual activity happens during your life.
I strongly believe it's a very important organization in a campus, not just this campus. This is an urban campus, so I strongly believe that to the community there's information that needs to be put out there.
Because a lot of people, well, a lot of students are not aware of, certain dangerous things that are happening. They don't even know, there's STDs and STIs, and we're here to help them, to help them, know that, you have to protect yourself.
Sex is a very risky activity. If it's not performed well, you could get a big negative impact in your life that actually could change your life in some way or another.
We want to show the students that they need to be HIV aware and they need to prevent, HIV and AIDS, as well as other STIs and STDs, to be informed.
When we talk about the work that we do at New Jersey City University, it's really interesting. A lot of people say, why do you go to NJCU? Why not Miami? Why not LA? Why not San Antonio or Houston or another place with a large Latino population? The answer is actually already dictated to us in the statistics. Jersey City has the highest population of Latinos in the state. Jersey City has the highest proportion of HIV-positive Latinos in the state. And New Jersey City University is New Jersey's only public 4-year Hispanic serving institution. And a lot of the students from NJCU actually come from right outside the gates of this university. They're Jersey City born, bred, educated, and they come to the school to get a great education. So the work that we do on this campus, what's amazing about it is that it doesn't just live and die here. That we are educating and empowering students with this information here within our borders, but then they take it home with them and they educate their sisters and their grandmas and their mothers and their aunts. And so we really get the opportunity to provide intergenerational education just by coming to campus and working specifically with students.
Since we're in such a location, people can travel in and out, why not start here? I mean, this just seems to be the perfect spot. NJCU is an open public campus. You know, we've always been for the Jersey City community. So if our students become advocates on campus, imagine what they could do with the surrounding community. That's why I think it's extremely, excruciatingly important for us to have this program here.
And New Jersey University specifically, because of the fact that we're in an urban community, and it has the largest population that gets impacted by STIs and STDs and HIV and AIDS. So it's really important for us to provide the proper information, not just fiction.
I thought that it could never happen to anybody, but when I lost somebody close to me, it made me realize that I really don't know much on the subject. So when I found out about choices, it actually improved my knowledge to it more.
It's not only for the students, but the students bring it home and they teach their siblings, their parents, other family members, friends, on what's important, what to do, what not to do, to make life in this area, life in general, better.
To help educate the community. Over the last 2 years, they've been at the Andean Festival that we hold annually in June, and where we typically get anywhere from 600 to 800 guests. And again, they do programs in Spanish to reach a market and a population that is at great risk.
So the reason why I think this is a perfect location is because we're a commuter school. I think students are able to get education here about HIV and AIDS and bring it back to their communities, bring it back to the places they hang out in, go back to the clubs or whatever it is that they do in the evenings, and be able to actually share that information.
So one of the very first workshops that we do when we're beginning an intervention on campus is we do an exercise where we allow students to talk about sex and sexual terms in their own vernacular. So it's really interesting. Students will walk into a session and they really have no idea what they're getting into. They come in, maybe there's some free food, some good music, some interesting, peers to hang out with, and we hit them hard and we hit them fast with, this is what you're gonna be in for if you join Choices. And one of our very first discussions is always about, what is it that your mom and dad taught you were the words for your anatomy?
She just started saying words that I was like, wow, you really said that?
Some woman is shouting, penis, 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 and vagina, 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 and making us write on the wall. So I was really curious. I wanted to know what was going on.
It was just fun. Like, you could talk about anything. It was just safe. Nobody judge you.
We don't judge, criticize. We're open-minded.
Because I could never thought I'd have so much fun about learning something like that.
We have fun. We talk about sex and so on.
Once I joined, I realized there were so many topics and subjects that I wasn't aware of that were just new to me.
That, these are certain topics that you have to talk about that people are not really want to talk about. I don't want to talk about AIDS, HIV, sex, it makes them a little bit awkward. So being as though I'm in a position to have to talk about stuff like that, it helps me to be able to talk about other issues, and my leadership skills, just blew up.
Over the time that I've been on this campus, I've seen such a huge culture shift between the men and women who have been in our project, that there is this common ground now about what it takes to be a leader.
It really has proven itself to be the epicenter at the campus for student leadership training.
I believe Choices is like a bridge towards all the other organizations that we have here on campus.
I think it's part of the leadership program. I think each person that's involved with Choices is given, specific roles, so it builds leadership.
Well, before Choices, I was a very extremely shy person. Never would have thought that I would be leading a workshop, nevertheless getting students to join Choices.
And empowering students with a skill set that transcends just healthy behaviors, but empowers them to move forward as activists within the community and to utilize the skills that they've learned through the fairly intensive workshops that focus not on just leadership skills, but self-discovery and growing as individuals.
So where are we now? In 4 years, we went from educating a very, very small group of students in a really small classroom on campus to having had the opportunity to work very closely with over 100 students on campus. In addition to the 100 students with whom we've worked closely, they have touched the lives of additional students on campus. The beauty of a program like Choices is that it's whatever we make it. As we have trained class after class of Choices students to become peer leaders, they've then gone out on campus and provided additional educational opportunities. They've convened HIV Red Ribbon Walks. They've convened events for National Latino AIDS Awareness Day, Black HIV AIDS Awareness Day. We've had multiple HIV testing opportunities on campus. All things that didn't exist on this particular campus before Choices. What's our final request? Our request is that this project not live and die with us. We end up working with a generation of students that can be the change we want to see. They are worth the investment of our time, our money, our hearts, our resources, and I can't think of a better thing for me to spend my time doing, loving, and having the opportunity to work with. So, thank you, students of New Jersey City University. Thank you, Choices graduates, for making this project so successful, and I am excited to see where the world takes you. Thank you.
Choices is a family. It's there to inform you and educate you about HIV and AIDS, healthy relationships, but it builds you up. It makes you into a leader. It makes you a better person, and I would do it all over again if I had the chance. So,
it's a legacy, and it's a movement. It's a movement. It's something that has been taken onto campus. It's been brought onto New Jersey City University and JCU, and it's gonna keep going and going and going and going.